Welcome back everyone, I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw King Kong vs. Godzilla from the new film that came out. And this has been a highly requested and highly anticipated tutorial, so I hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, let's start off with the outline. You want to get your paper out now, and a pencil and an eraser, and yeah, we'll begin the outline. So the two creatures are fighting, obviously, and they are standing on top of an aircraft carrier, it looks like. You have to apologize, the bird outside is making a lot of noise. So we got Godzilla on the left. It's going to have a small head, a huge monstrous body, so we're going to do a sloppy outline. It's going to look great in the end, trust me guys. It's going to have these huge legs. It's going to have one leg forward. So remember, Godzilla is like a mountain of a beast, but it has a tiny little head on top, so that's what makes it different from like a T-Rex. Large fat body, and then its tail is going to go off camera. And it's got a bunch of spikes and yeah, mountains basically. They're so huge. So this is our rough sketch of what Godzilla is going to look like in this pose. And let's not worry too much about the aircraft carrier. I mean, you guys can add that in later, but it's not going to be a main focus today. So here we got Kong. He's got a fist about to punch Godzilla. Super epic. I personally like Kong better, but that might come as a surprise to a lot of you, since I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer and Godzilla, it looks a little bit more like a dinosaur than Kong does. Anyways, Kong has got his mouth open. He's got his right hand in a fist. He's got his chest sticking out. He's lunging forward, so that both beasts are attacking each other, or about to collide. Kong, I think, is slightly smaller. Remember, gorillas are going to have shorter legs, but Kong does have long legs compared to most gorillas, as you guys have probably seen in the poster. And let me actually move this line down a little bit lower. So that's why we do this stage in pencil. I mean, I'm probably going to do the whole drawing in pencil, but yeah, sometimes we move on to pen, depending on the drawing. And let me move down the leg of Godzilla. So yeah, when you're doing the outline, you want to make your lines very light. You don't want to press too hard on the paper, because you might have to erase like we just did. So yeah, let's give some more space for Kong's legs. Maybe give him some more neck space. Godzilla's going to have its mouth open as well. Okay, so Kong is going to have its left arm, or his left arm, pulled back behind him. Like so. Like a monkey-like stance. It's going to have huge shoulders, of course. And his eyes will be right about there. So that is our rough outline of King Kong. Looks pretty good. Then here we're going to have like part of the tower, but very faded part of the aircraft carrier tower. And as I said earlier, yeah, we're not going to put too much detail into the aircraft carrier, because that'll just detract from the main drawing. Unless you guys want to. If so, you can go look up the poster from King Kong vs. Godzilla and you will find plenty of pictures of the aircraft carrier. So yeah, I apologize guys, I know this is like the sloppiest of outlines, but these two creatures are, you know, out of my expertise. I'm not used to drawing monsters. I mean, I draw dinosaurs and everything and dragons, but Godzilla and King Kong are something I'm not very used to. And if you've not already checked out my Godzilla video, well, you probably already saw it because it's like one of my most popular videos by now. But if you guys saw that video, you'll notice that when I was talking in the video, I know nothing about these creatures. The only reason I'm drawing them is because you guys have requested them so often. So I'm delivering to all of my subscribers who requested for Godzilla to be drawn. And apparently it's quite popular, because yeah, that video got a lot of views, and I'm kind of embarrassed because it's definitely not my best video. But anyways, let's move on to the next stage. Alright, so we're going to be putting more detail in for Godzilla, and then we'll move on to Kong later. But as you can see, if you're using a pencil, your hand will possibly smudge, making it a little bit messy. So that's why it's better to, if you're right-handed, it's better to start on the left side and work over to the right side. Okay, so clean up with your eraser a little bit. And I think we'll work on the back first. So here, this part's actually not too difficult. It looks complicated, but you really just gotta do like a lot of mountain ranges, like mini mountain ranges. Like if you've ever seen a map drawn by like J.R.R. Tolkien, like when he draws the Misty Mountains, he draws a lot of these little triangles overlapping each other. And that's sort of what this looks like. Except the mountains at some point in this, on Godzilla's back, look a little bit more like flames, you know, like they poke out to the side. This one might be, well, yeah, it might be a little bit too tall, but yeah, I'll just trim it down a little bit. They are quite tall. And guys, don't worry if you don't have the exact mechanical pencil I'm using right now. This is a Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil. And yeah, it's quite useful for tutorials, but yeah, I use it all the time, but you can use any pencil. But I will say when I'm doing like a portrait or something, I definitely use my shading pencils and stuff like that. Alright, so this is probably the largest one. It's right here. It's huge. And guys, don't be shy, you know. Go all out when doing these. You can make them as large as you want. I mean, just the fact that it's Godzilla, you can like do anything basically. It's the most one of the most exaggerated creatures ever invented by man. Alright, so that's pretty good. We might as well start putting in a little bit more, like some shading and some more refinement. Because I want to finish Godzilla completely before we do Kong. So yeah, we're just going to add some shading. Don't worry about erasing some of the messy lines. I mean, they're just going to fade in. Yeah, just try and put some shading behind the different little spikes. Just add some texture. I might just erase a little bit over here. I'm gonna be happy once we finish this part of the drawing. It really is kind of messy, you know? It's funny because like I go back and read some of the comments on my old Godzilla video, and I had asked a question like, what's that stuff coming out of its mouth? Like is it calling energy out of the clouds or something like that? And everyone's like, it's the atomic breath of Godzilla. So now I know. You guys have educated me. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty finished. So you can pause the video now if you still have to catch up a little bit, but we're gonna move on now to the body. So Godzilla's got a really like rough skin texture. It's got like these bumps, not exactly scales, more like studded armor. But they're not too hard to draw. So this pattern continues all along the entire body. So it's almost like the lowlands, and then these are the high mountains. It's kind of funny. So we've got the hills, the rolling hills, and then the misty mountains up there. But there's a lot of bumps all over the body. And that's the way we're going to give our drawing texture. But let's move on to the leg. The leg is quite massive. It's got like an enormous thigh. Probably the size, oh yeah, the size of this whole building here on the aircraft carrier. Its legs are not very defined. They're just kind of like quite rounded. Similar to like a sumo wrestler's leg. And then we're gonna have some wrinkles. So go ahead and put the wrinkles in on the leg there. And then here we're gonna have part of the tail. We're not gonna be able to fit the whole tail on our paper. You might be able to, depending on what type of paper you're using. But I ran out of space, so I'm just gonna do these lines that we find on Godzilla's tail. Like so. We can shade the bottom of the tail. In fact, we're going to shade a little bit behind the leg as well. Like so. So in the reference image, there's a lot of clouds and like air fire and all this stuff going on. But since we're drawing the monsters and not the exact picture, I'm going to eliminate some of that. So we're going to be able to see the belly, because in the poster you can't really see too much of what's going on here, simply because of all the smoke and fire and stuff. So I'm going to shade the belly. And if you have shading pencils, be sure to get them out. I'm just doing a bunch of hatch strokes, you know, with my Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil. You can shade almost, yeah, up to that point there. Alright, looking good, looking good. An optional thing is to like take your finger and just smudge it to make it fade a little bit. Yeah, totally optional. Okay, so the leg does not look completely done to me. It has a few bumps and spikes. And yeah, random stuff all over the leg. So we'll put that on. By the way, guys, I've not seen the film, so yeah, there's no spoilers in this video at all. But if I were to guess, oh, but it's so hard. It's really hard. I mean, I think I'd root for King Kong, but that's because I'm not like I don't know too much about these creatures, these monsters. So it's possible that Godzilla's atomic breath is like extremely powerful and can just take out all the other monsters and stuff. But at the same time, Kong can just like, it's like nothing can kill him. He's like invincible. So I feel like he could take a blast of atomic breath and keep on swinging. I have seen a bunch of Kong's Skull Island. So that's probably one of the reasons I like King Kong, is because I've not seen the Godzilla movie. And guys, I was on the plane last year, and I remember like a bunch of my subscribers that said, oh, you need to watch Godzilla King of the Monsters or whatever. But I didn't watch it just because I wanted to watch something else. I forgot what I watched, but I think I saw Aquaman or Wonder Woman or something like that. So I let my fans down. I didn't watch Godzilla. Alright. Let's go ahead and put in the right arm of Godzilla. which is extremely large. It's got a large forearm as well. It's kind of a chubby creature, you know? It's not really defined. It's gonna have plates of scales on the back where the triceps would be. So I'll move my hand out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then yeah, go ahead and put in a bunch of bumps on the bicep area. Okay, so the forearm in the picture is quite shaded in. So I'm just going to draw a bunch of lines like so. Okay, so its hands are a little bit fuzzy in my reference image, but it looks like it has, yeah, 4 fingers, which I did in the outline. And each finger ends with a claw. They're not really long claws like the Indominus Rex, they're rather short, more like monster claws. There is a difference. Dinosaur, like the Indoraptor and Indominus Rex, they have much more, I would say more like talons, not even claws. It's more like an osprey's talons or like an eagle's talons. Very like curved and pointy and sharp and long. There's almost like a slight beauty to them, you know. But this is more like a clunky, yeah, monster claws. And you guys can leave a dislike. I don't care. All of you Godzilla fans. But I just find the monster kind of, yeah, clunky. It looks, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it looks kind of slow. Reminds me of a sumo wrestler, so it's not my favorite creature to draw. I personally, yeah, would rather draw like Indominus Rex or T-Rex, something more graceful. If a dinosaur can be graceful, well, which I think it can. Like the raptors are graceful, have thin necks and flowing tails. Alright, so this leg of Godzilla is going to be all shaded, at least at that point. And then the rest of it is going to be, well, let's see, it's covered by smoke in the reference image. So I think I'll just fade it a little bit. I don't want it to take too much attention away from the rest of the drawing. So right now I'm going to search really quick for some shading pencils, because I know I have a few lying around. Just because I think I need to put a little bit more shading right here. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so we are done with that. Now let's draw the other shoulder and arm of our monster. And yeah, in the reference image we can only see 2 of the claws. And so we don't want to make it too dark because then it'll blend in with the leg. So for this arm I'd recommend keeping it a little bit lighter. Yeah, maybe adding some of the scales and lines. But yeah, leave it like that. It looks good. Now you can shade some of the neck here, leading up to the eensy weensy head on top. And then let's continue the studs, like so. It's really funny to see the evolution of Godzilla, because like in the first old movies, it looked way different than it does now. I think these monsters also grow in size, like in the Peter Jackson Kong movie, King Kong was much smaller than he was in Kong Skull Island. You know, like the monsters get bigger and stronger each time. But it also, like, the humans do as well, you know. The humans get more technology, bigger weapons of mass destruction. Okay, so now we're going to work on the jaw, which we've actually put in already, so you don't have to do too much. Okay, one thing Godzilla does not have, I'm sure it has large teeth, just compared to everything else, its teeth are not very big. So go ahead and put in the teeth. I mean, these teeth are probably as tall as a human, so they are very large. But, yeah, this thing is as tall as a mountain, so when you compare the two, there's no comparison. Okay, so this is actually not Godzilla's eye, even though it sort of looks like it is, but it's not. Godzilla's eye is up here. This is its brow. It's gonna have its eye right here. Let's give it some more brow ridge. It's actually kind of hard to see it. Wait a second. This looks like an eagle or like a dodo head or something. I need to fix it. So we can fix it by putting in the teeth and then connecting the jaw back. Like so. This is going to be shaded in. So that looks more like Godzilla. There we go. There we go. Okay, so put in the teeth. I'm going to shade the snout. Put a bunch of little scales on the bottom jaw. So yeah, Godzilla is complete. Now we are going to move on to Mr. Kong. Well, he goes by King Kong actually. But yeah, let's move on to the next stage. So for Kong, I think I'm going to be using a softer pencil for part of the drawing because he is more of a furry creature. But yeah, let's work on the head right away. So it's going to have, King Kong is going to have his mouth as open as possible. Let me just erase the eye because the eye looks kind of weird. King Kong should be looking at his opponent. So yeah, be sure to put in that huge brow, that monkey brow. And yeah, you can't really see the eye, which is kind of cool. But I keep on drawing it. So you don't really have to put in the eye. Just draw the brow ridge, then bring this line down for the nose, put in the nostril in, and then here we're gonna have the lip, the snout, if you will, and here we have some. These are big teeth. It's got some huge canines. So that's one of the main weapons of Kong is his amazingly large teeth. Now, at the bottom jaw, you can really only see the large canine. You can't see the rest of the teeth. And Kong actually sort of has a beard almost, so it looks kind of cool. I'm fanboying Kong right now. Kong's got an extremely thick neck, which makes him very strong. Let me just erase here. This is part of his shoulder. This is not his neck. This part here is his shoulder. And there we have its head. Okay, so Kong's ear is going to be right up here. Don't pay too much attention to it. I have a line stretching here to show that his mouth is as opened as possible. Alright, so since this is a mammal, it's going to have hair. So the hair will require, somewhat of a softer pencil than the one I was using. But yeah, as I said before, any pencil will work fine, even a pen, if applied right, will work. I just need to get that fuzzy effect. Okay, so it looks good. Kong is looking fierce. Let me just erase right here. And I'm actually sort of liking the smudge effect going on here. It sort of looks like the smoke I mentioned that is in the reference image. Okay, so let's draw the fist of Kong before I forget. Yeah, Kong can really pack a punch there. Looks like he's about to hit Godzilla. So yeah, guys, seriously, comment down below. You may have seen the movie already, but comment down below who you think would win in a fair fight, King Kong or Godzilla, or if it would be a draw, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that in the movie they're gonna make it a draw of some sort, or else the two of them come together to fight something else, or something cheesy. They always do that in movies. like Superman versus Batman. Like, what a letdown. They didn't actually kill each other or anything. Not that we really wanted that, but we sort of did. You wanted to see a showdown. And Superman dies, but not at the hand of Batman. So, I think I just spoiled the movie. Alright, so we're drawing the peck of King Kong. Here we are going to put some color into the shoulders. He's got some massive deltoids. Then this arm, we're not going to see too much of the bicep because the forearm is blocking a lot of it just because of our perspective. And Kong has got some serious hair here. He's got long forearm hair. But when you think about it, this has to be you could probably get lost in the hair of King Kong's forearm. It's so large. Because the helicopters are tiny. They're about this size down here. I'll just draw a quick helicopter so you guys can see. This is the proportion of a helicopter compared to the two monsters there. I'll erase that really quick. Back to the drawing board. I should try and do a whole tutorial with an English accent. That'd be terrible. So it's got this hand a little bit, somewhat more relaxed, but ready to be put into a fist. They have extremely large arms. King Kong would beat Godzilla in an arm wrestle, let's just put it that way. Probably would have the better grip as well, because he has more of a human hand. Alright, so that looks really cool. Let's continue with the body. So King Kong has some stomach hair going on here, and you don't want to make him too dark because then that'll take away from some of the definition. But yeah, he is quite dark at this point, around the armpit. So I guess this will make the hand stand out a little bit better. And then his legs start right about here. Yeah, his back is actually not as shaded in as you'd think, but yeah, still have to draw the hair. So monkeys don't, or he's not a monkey, apes, I should say, do not have tails. But if Kong did have a tail, it might, be a weapon against Godzilla in this fight. I wonder what the largest monkey is. That is something I should look. Well, I have my computer right here. I'll look it up really quick. What is the largest monkey? Gorilla. Okay, well that's not the answer I wanted, because gorilla is an ape. It's not a monkey. That's disappointing. I should say, what's the largest monkey with a tail? With a tail. Black howler monkey is the largest monkey. Howler monkey. Basically like a mini gorilla with a tail. Yeah, none of the big apes have tails. Okay, so I'm not explaining very well, but yeah, we're drawing the leg right now of King Kong. And he's got this leg pulled back. So he's throwing a punch the right way, you know. Very much the right stance. Letting the power flow from the ground all the way to the fist. Alright, so the legs are quite simple. They're not very defined. Just make them nice and dark. Do a lot of shading. But this drawing is looking awesome, guys. I'm really, really pleased with how it looks. As I said before, I don't think I'm going to draw the aircraft carrier and whatnot. So, but I sort of like how it looks right now, you know. These lines, these vertical lines make it look kind of cool. A little bit of the aircraft carrier sticking up right here in the background. And the smudging looks kind of neat as well. So I'm going to sign my drawing next to King Kong. Put in the date 2021. So if you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to leave it a big thumbs up. And yeah, comment below what you think I should draw next. Whether it should be Godzilla's head, or maybe even King Kong's head, you know. Who knows? Or just a regular good old dinosaur. I'm always happy to draw more dinosaurs. And one more thing, guys, be sure to check out my vlog channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, but I've not been able to. And if all of you guys went over there and checked it out, those of you who have not subscribed, then yeah, we could easily reach 1,000 subscribers very soon. And a big thank you to all of you who have already subscribed on that channel, because I know you guys are my most dedicated fans. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.